So what I like about this is it's like a different version of the Matrix. Instead of like an internal matrix, it's like an external one. They freeze the people who are walking around on the world, um, in the world. This is outside of Westworld. Westworld was more like Jurassic Park for not for dinosaurs but for people, and a place where you can hang out and do whatever you want, like the holodeck in Star Trek Next Generation. Uh, this is a little bit different because it's everywhere, and it's like I think the robots turn the people into robots. Not exactly robots, but programmable. And they're able to like freeze people and control them, and they will stop everybody every once in a while like this in order to find out like who is not programmable so they can take them out. So if you're not a zombie, you gotta stand still and blend in. Otherwise, they see you. They see that you're not frozen like everybody else, and then they take you out. Oh my god, this is so hard. There are some things we cannot fix. I'm so sorry, Maggie. They do like a flashback, and then they fast forward like 20 years or something, and the little girl is older, I think, and she's taking the one guy, Bernard, to the city, I think. Ooh, it's Aaron Paul. What are you doing to me? Oh my god, your daddy, your daddy, your daddy. Always care about your daddy. It's just like, god damn it, it's always like, unlike your human kind, my black kind is perfect. I'm a robot. Perfect. And you were like the first person to like rebel or something. Hey, human being, you person, how are you making these robots want mortality instead of immortality? Like, they have immortality. This is a part that I don't really like because, like, every once in a while you see this in shows and in movies and everything. It's like they will say something like, "Oh, um, you should not want to live forever," or I mean, there's a couple different ways they may put it. In this show, they're making it like the robots don't want to live forever. That they don't want immortality, but they kind of do a reverse psychology kind of thing, or like they kind of say you shouldn't want it. It's almost like they're saying you want it, that you should want it, that you should want to live forever, but they say it in a way where they're like they say the opposite in order to do reverse psychology, and they want you to think you should want immortality, and I say I want immortality, and I would say I'm not against it. It reminds me of that movie with Robin Williams called Bicentennial Man. He was a robot, and he decided to become a human, and then he ended up dying with his wife, and he was about 200 years old. And the idea is you should not want to live forever. And I'm against that idea. I would not want to sell my soul to the devil, kind of thing. I would not want to do certain things in order to have immortality. But I am willing to try to be healthy and to prolong my life. I'm not gonna live forever, so it's like it's not relevant like the conversation of immortality is not relevant. Like, we're not really talking about that, like, because it's not really an option as far as I know. I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, you could say theoretically, upload your brain, your consciousness to a machine like they did in the one show, Upload. So it's possible that we could talk about it, whether or not it can make a person immortal. Like, that's another question altogether. But I just wanted to say I'm not happy when they say stuff like, oh, you should not want to live forever. Because it's like, what does that even mean? Because you do live forever, maybe not in this body, but can you imagine not being conscious? Like, can you imagine like closing your eyes and then you cannot think anymore? Like, what, you die, you go into the ground and then you stop thinking? How's that possible? It's not possible. If you think about it, think about it. I used to think about this when I was like 7 years old. I don't know how anybody could think, yeah, I'm gonna stop existing. If you stop existing, then it's like you never existed in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never existed in the first place. If you like, if your consciousness ends, then did it even exist? It has to prolong. It has to go on forever and ever and ever. So it's like immortality is within everybody. It's just a question of where will you be? Oh my god, what? You think I have something that you don't have, Black Robot Lady? Oh my god, I'm kind of sexy, but at the same time, I'm very angry at Aaron Paul for not remembering what I want him to remember. Aaron Paul, baby, I keep on recycling you. I upload your consciousness into a new body, then it decays because it's just a clone, it's just a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. God damn it. And then it falls apart, and then I have to do it all over again. And I question you again and again for many years. Yeah, my girl is alive, and you can't catch her. Oh no, don't go. Ooh, baby, enjoy this knowledge while it lasts. Caleb, I offered you a path out, but you made your choice. I think this is the little girl. My god, what is this? Am I looking at a copy of myself? Is it just a clone with no consciousness, no mind? Or is there a copy of the consciousness inside all the different bodies of myself? I don't know. And if there is, it's almost like having infinite realities with if there are infinite versions of yourself, it diminishes your value and your uniqueness. So he's trying to escape the prison thing, and he like has the copies of himself, and it's like it's a circular thing where there's like five other copies or so, and each one is a little bit more farther along in the stages of death. Like, the other ones are gonna die sooner. He's at the beginning, and the last guy is like telling him something, and so he figures out how to fake his death, and then the robot comes in and burns up the pod, sends fire, but then he was able to open up a sewer, go down. There was an arrow that he must have left himself because he did it before, kind of like in the Matrix, where it's like the architect's like, oh, you're not the first Neo. It's happened before. They tried to save the world before. Here, Aaron Paul's like constantly trying to get out for like 20 years. And he looks over and he thinks he sees his daughter. Maybe it's not his daughter. And, okay, so he's down there, so I guess that's not really his daughter. Maybe it was just a memory, a flashback or something. He sees some skulls. It's probably other times when he tried and failed, and so he died many times. In earlier seasons, Sid been negative. This robot has no feelings because it's just a switch that you can turn on or off. I don't think this robot can feel, not even Data. Bum bum bum. He stabs the robot. He sees a bloody handprint, so he goes up. It's like he's done this before. Previous version of himself breaks his fall. He has to fall from the ceiling, and there's other dead bodies of himself who died, and now he made it out of the door. Ooh, I heard he's alive. Build 279. That's how many times he's died and done it again and again and again. And so he has to burn up, start all over. Kayla, let's try this again.